trying to tell me that I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
So before I start my video, I'm going to put some clips from other YouTubers. One's called, Halo Haley. So I'm going to put some stuff with her really quick and some other crazy stuff you see at the gym before we start to get into it. And remember, I am a fitness professional. I went to school for exercise science, a personal trainer for over 20 years under the National Strength and Conditioning Association. I learned from Paul Chek, Charles Poliquin. I have more certifications than you could even ever imagine, so I'm not speaking from a place of, well, this is what I do, bro.
Set up my camera and proceeds to walk through. I would too! Oh my god, why should he care, babe? I continue my set and he walks through again. He's not stopping you from repping. You're stopping yourself!
Let's go. Don't walk past my video, bro. Bruh, don't walk past my video, bro. I said I'm recording right here, bro. You walking past my shit. Yes. Fuck. There's no consideration for me. Yeah, you walking past my shit. I'm recording right here. You still gonna walk past my shit. No funny thing.
I'm in the middle of a set. Oh!
Yo.
Keep doing what you're doing and keep the grind going. And she gonna walk in my video right now, right?
Okay, so this is me in my second set, and I see what's about to happen, but I just keep working out for a second. Pay attention to where you place his belongings.
I'm working out right here. If you want to use that, then you want right here. I have no space.
That's right. Do what you have to do.
No, you're in my space.
I'm not in your space. This
No,
machine
sir.
is...
There's a machine right there with nobody over there. That's
That
why.
machine doesn't work properly. That's why I come here.
So at this point, I'm super aggravated because the sweat dripping in my eyes burning. He disturbed me in the middle of a set, and I got asthma, so I couldn't even defend my little corner. And then he all like, do what you gotta do. What that mean, sir?
Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the gym. We're going to talk about gym etiquette and what has happened to the gym with this generation or within the last, 10 years with social media compared to how it used to be. Okay, I started working out when I was a young kid, and that was always part of my life. I was a personal trainer for 28 years. I was a master trainer at New York Sports Club. I trained professional fighters. I had old ladies. I had young soccer players. I had athletes. I had people who pretty much just came out of rehab, spinal rehabilitation. I did everything. So I wasn't a one-trick pony where it's like, oh, we do bodybuilding. I did that too. So, the thing I want to talk about is what you see at the gym now that is completely not normal or beneficial or conducive to people getting results and being successful at the gym. So this is an important thing to definitely look at. So now with social media, which is now the culture, right? Growing up, you had pop culture and other influences that usually had to do with music, right? And fashion. Now it's social media. So what has that done to the gym? Well, first of all, you have some people that have no gym etiquette and they don't even care about just disturbing other people. Some people will sit on their phone, put it on speaker, and listen to something, listen to music or watch a movie without headphones on. It's like you're at the gym. The last thing you should be focusing on is watching a movie. You should be focused on your workout, how you feel watching the clock or on your wrist to see your heart rate, or watching whatever time you have for your rest period, whether it's 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 2 minutes. You should be totally in tune with what you're doing. You have people that are sitting there and they're just watching a movie for 10, 15 minutes. They'll do 2 reps and then stop and then go back to their phone like if something important is happening. It's like this is not good for anybody that's looking for results. And I know most people now are watching fitness influencers that have no credentials, no education. They're in their 20s, they're ripped, whether it's natural or taking foreign substances, or it's just genetics. And then next thing you know, they have a website where it's like, oh, if you want to do my workout, here's $50. God bless anybody that's trying to make, a living this day and age doing something you love. But they have no background in exercise science, no real background in nutrition, and everybody's an individual. We have our own physical body. Everybody responds to things differently biochemically. Everybody has different lifestyles when it comes to what they do for a living, how they live their life, whether they're active, inactive, sedentary. No, there's no way a cookie cutter program will work for everybody. Plus, people have certain strengths and weaknesses, whether you're naturally strong or you're naturally flexible, or your endurance is really good or not good. It goes along the spectrum. It depends on your flexibility. Like flexibility itself, not everybody should be doing CrossFit. To do a snatch and a deep squat with your arms overhead, you need a lot of shoulder flexibility and stability, and hip flexibility, also ankle flexibility. So your ankle, your hips, your shoulders, all that comes into play whether you're gonna do it right or not and get injured from trying to do it. Nobody should ever brag that they got surgery or whatever from working out. Working out's supposed to keep you strong where you don't get hurt. You work out so you could do your sports and keep a balance in your body. You don't work out to get injured, So now there's so much bad information out there from people who are uneducated, where people just go, oh, look at that person. I like them. I want to look like that. Let me do what they're doing. Not the way to go. Anybody that's really working out should do an assessment of themselves and be honest to themselves, or if they get a trainer, the trainer should do a full assessment. I don't see any of this going on for the most part. That did happen 20 years ago. Now everything has really gotten worse than it was in the 80s and 90s, because at least then people were following mostly bodybuilding type based programs that were very sound in their methodology and most likely not hurt you. Now it's a mishmash of everything for no rhyme or reason. So coming back to the cell phones, we're talking about social media right there, but you'll have people sitting there on a piece of equipment texting and scrolling for 30 minutes. It's just like, what are you doing here? Go do that at home. You're not working out if you just go to the gym. You have to actually work out when you get there. So you have people that don't know the concept of sets. They don't know the concept of reps. When you do a certain amount of repetitions before you take a break, that's considered a set. So now you do 10 reps of one set. But most people don't do a single set. They'll do 2, 3, or 4 sets normally, right? So what do you do between then? You time yourself. It's called a rest period. People are not doing that. I watched some woman get on the leg extension. I asked her how many sets. She said she had 12 left. Who does 12 sets? She did 3 reps. She stopped and she got her on her phone for about 10 minutes. I mean, what kind of results are you getting from that? There is none. Nobody records things. People are doing stuff with horrendous form. People are doing stuff that are supposedly advanced exercises when they haven't mastered the basics. These are all problematic to longevity of working out. It's just the way it is. When I was a personal trainer, thank God I never hurt anybody ever in my life. Okay, and everybody got amazing results that actually listened to me and did what they were supposed to do. At the gym, it's okay if you're older, you go in there to socialize, but get your workout done. But a lot of the younger people, the women all look the same. They're all coming in with a lot of plastic surgery. Everybody has the same butt and lips. It's like, well, if you bought it already or you got to put it in, you don't need to go to the gym. That's not going to do anything. You should actually try to achieve what you can before doing any surgery. And then on the other end with the guys, because of a lot of the fitness influencers that are completely fake, and what I mean by that is nothing's natural. I'm 50 years old. I'm pretty good shape still because I've been working out my whole life and I did it naturally. A lot of these fitness influencers are on substances. If that's what you want to do, go do it. But I would never recommend it. The long-term negatives outweigh the positive instant gratification that you get right away. And the biggest problem with that is you have a lot of teenagers taking steroids. That didn't exist when I was growing up. You know, usually even the bodybuilders, before they started taking anything, the thing that they would do is try to max out their genetic potential before they started to go off the deep end. Most people aren't even doing that to begin with. They're taking stuff right away. They have no base or foundation of muscle or strength or anything. Where I know a few guys in the gym, well, I remember when I was 100% healthy and younger, I was doing double the weight of anybody on steroids, and I never did anything. Of course, that could be from me training so much and being genetically blessed, but at the same time, steroids doesn't make you stronger. It might make you a little stronger now, but how strong are you before you start taking that stuff? Everybody should be working out correctly and to their genetic potential before ever playing with those substances. And you got to remember, steroids aren't like something you get from a pharmaceutical, like a prescription where you know it's exactly this and does this. Most of the stuff is black market, where you could be injecting Armorol into your body and lose a limb, because this is a story that I heard from somebody who does videos about all this stuff. You know, I never did any of that stuff. I went to school for exercise science. My research paper was steroids. And the thing is, it makes you age prematurely, and it makes you a plaque building machine, which is not good for your heart. So we'll go from there. So from here also, there's people who are using equipment to sit on to text. Why? You know, if I ask for, can I use that bench? You have your cell phone resting. Oh, I'm using it. You're using it for what? Well, I'm doing curls. Yeah, you're doing standing curls. You're not using the fucking bench. So, you know what? Take your cell phone and put it over there. You have people that are actually using equipment just to either put their phone on or to sit and text, and they're not using it to work out. The best thing that somebody could do is like, oh, you're using that? And they go, no, I'm just have my phone here. I'm sorry, let me move it for you. So you could use it, because this is what you call gym etiquette. That doesn't exist. The person will go complain to management. Oh, I was using it. It's like, well, you're using it to put your cell phone here. No, but I was using it. No, you're doing standing bicep curls. There's no need for a bench. Kind of get the picture? So there's a lot of narcissism in the gym now, more than I've ever seen before. One woman in her early 20s, amazing body, walks into the gym, takes a video and picture of herself on the treadmill, on the leg extension, on this, on that, and then leaves. She never even worked out. She went there to take pictures to put on social media for you to see, so you could like and go, oh my God, she looks amazing. It's like, I never seen such craziness. You have people who go to the gym and constantly on their cell phone with the earpiece talking super loud. Who are you talking to while you're working out? You should be focused on your workouts. I mean, it's just, the narcissism is off the chart. And if people don't notice it, man, I have. I mean, it's changed from night and day from what it used to be to what it is now, all because of social media. So when you look at gym etiquette, like, what is that? All right? If you want to listen to music, put your earphones on and blast away. If you're going to the gym to have a business conversation, go outside. Don't annoy the people around you, especially if somebody's trying to do cardio and you have somebody yapping really loud on the phone next to them. That's just taking a stroll because they're not there to work out. All right. So that's one thing. You know, go there, focus on your workouts. If you're going to use your cell phone, try to be in a way where you're actually not disturbing everybody else because of your own selfish demeanor. Okay. So you have that. If you're not using equipment, let somebody else use it. If you have your cell phone on there or your chai latte on there and it's just resting there so you could stand up and look at yourself in the mirror and do some bicep curls, if somebody needs it, use it. Share the equipment. It's not yours. Okay. Another thing is there's people who hoard dumbbells and everything. And it's like, oh, can I use that? Well, I'm using it. Well, you're using 15 things right now and you can only use one at a time. So can I use it with you? It's like, and people get all frustrated. This one guy was doing sit-ups and his exercises around two squat racks. It's like the bar could hit him in the head if somebody uses it. They were actually Smith machines. And it's like, yeah, dude, you're in a place that's not good for other people because other people need to use that equipment. So don't be selfish. Be aware of your surroundings. If there's nobody at the gym, it's fine. If somebody wants to use something and you're doing bicep curls, move 2 feet to the left or right or back, or just go somewhere else. It's not a big deal. You're using a free weight. It means you're free to go. You're not stuck to the machine. There's other people too that They use the weights on the machines, not the pins, but we have to put the plates. They do it and they leave it and they walk away. Once if you have somebody who's older that can't lift that, or they have an injury, it's like, trust me, I don't see anybody that's so tired from their workout where they can't put the plates back. So most people aren't even re-racking the plates or the dumbbells. They're just leaving it wherever it is. It's like, it's so disrespectful to all the other people in the gym. Let me look at my list of gym etiquette so we could see where we go from that, okay? So let's see, once you're done with the weights, put them back. It's super simple. Well, when you use equipment, I always put a towel on the bench or anything that I'm using. Why? Because if I sweat, I don't want that contact with the bench, even if I wipe it down, because a lot of people will sweat on machines and then just walk away. They did studies years ago. What was the dirtiest thing in the gym? And guess what? It wasn't the toilet. It was the equipment. People sweat on there and they just leave. Nobody wipes it down. Whenever I trained anybody, I would always have a towel to put down wherever it is. I never let them lay down on a bench, a mat, sit on anything where there's skin-to-skin contact of any kind, even if it's the back of their head, without a protective barrier, because there's funguses and bacteria there from people not cleaning it, or somebody just getting up and leaving all their sweat on the machine, and then somebody's like, oh, this is disgusting. Nobody should have to clean up after you, right? Super simple. What's the next thing? Let's see. If you're using cardio equipment, when you're done, clean it off. You don't have to clean the bottom, but wherever your sweat, if it went on the handles, on the computer dashboard, just wipe it down. Nobody should have to touch any of that stuff. It's disgusting. Some people, there used to be this guy in your sports, if you get on the elliptical, and he put the resistance so high where each one was super, and he would be just drenched in sweat, and then he would just walk away, not giving two shits about the machine, just being totally fucking disgusting. All right, so this video is not for kids. So let's see. Don't hog up all the dumbbells. Also, if you're doing some exercises in a place where other people want to work out and you have your tripod, again, it's just so narcissistic. Some people put a tripod, they're trying to make out these workout videos. And it's funny how you have some women who put these videos showing their behinds, and then it's like if somebody looks at them, they're ready to attack them, but then they have it on social media for the whole world to look at their butt. It's just totally bizarre behavior. It's very narcissistic. I know at the gym, you have people there to look a certain way, and you have people there for their health. It seems like a lot of people now are just there for social media to try. One guy with the biceps curls and he's like flexing and stuff, and he never worked out before. There's nothing to flex. I know you could feel good and look at yourself, but taking nonstop pictures is just totally bizarre to me. Yeah, if you have your phone, if you have to do some business calls, go outside. Nobody wants to hear your shit. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Let's see. Yeah, if you have to listen to music, do it with earphones. You don't need 15 phones blasting different music while you have the gym music over your head, right? When you're done with something, just put it back. If you got a lot of sets and you don't have a ton of weight on it, or it's a machine where you can put the pin, and you have a lot of sets because you're doing 90 sets that day, if somebody wants to work in with you because that's the only machine, let them. Sharing is caring. It's not that difficult. It takes 10 seconds. And then normally an exercise is done in 30 seconds. It's very rare it goes beyond that. So if that person's resting for 30 seconds to 90 seconds, you're not interrupting their set. So let them work in with you. It's just super simple. You have some people, it's like, you see them, they're sitting there, they're not checking their rest periods. They're sitting there on the phone, texting and scrolling for 5 minutes when you could have actually finished your workout. Just if somebody's on there and you ask how many sets, if they say 5 or 6, say, can I work in with you? That's it. Otherwise, it's just totally unfair. Let's see. Well, one thing for sure is if you have your backpack or bottle of water, put that on the side. Don't have it in a way where it's on the floor or somebody could trip over it. Super easy, right? Some people are putting their cell phones on the floor where somebody's gonna eventually either drop a weight on it or step on it and break their screen. And that person's gonna be pissed. But guess whose fault that is? That's your fault for putting your phone on the floor in the gym. And you shouldn't put it on the bench where somebody might want to use it. Put it in a bag or hold it in your hand, put it in your pocket, get one of those straps where it could be around your arm. try to be a little more mindful. Let's see what else. Time restrictions. If you're at a gym and it's busy and it says only 20 minutes to do cardio, don't put your towel over it trying to cover up, and don't make it difficult for other people, because you might have other people waiting for the machine. Try to have some gym etiquette where you have some common courtesy for people. When it comes to dumbbells or anything, you have some people do chest press and then just drop it. The dumbbells will bounce and it can land, and I saw it where it once broke somebody's foot because it bounced and landed on the guy's foot. Big fight at the gym. If you can't lift it and you can't control it, don't do it. Nobody gives a shit how much you lift. It doesn't mean anything. It's such an ego trip. There's one guy at the gym, he'll put tricep push downs, he'll put the whole thing on and he'll do this. He can't even budge it, and he thinks he's working out, and he thinks he's showing off. Looks completely ridiculous. But this is the stuff that you see at the gym. What are other things? Oh, with the dumbbells, don't just drop them on the floor. They bounce around. They could land on somebody, could hurt somebody. If you can't handle the weight and control it, don't use it. Super simple, right? When it comes to exercise itself, a lot of people are not doing things correctly because they never built up to that. If you need to have a strong foundation of the basic exercises. What is that? Squats, deadlifts, not saying heavy weight, just good form. Push-ups, you could say a shoulder press, pull-ups, lat pull-downs, seated rows. Most people are doing stuff partial reps. What does that mean? Not going through a full range of motion. What does that do for you? I don't know. I have no idea. If you lift up something over your head, if I grab something and I want to put it on the shelf, I'm going to go from here and like this, right? I might turn a little bit. I'm going to lift it from here and put it over my head. You got to move in a way that's good for the health of your joints and to keep your flexibility and range of motion. You have people who do shoulder press, they go from here all the way up. Don't go lower. Why? Past 90 degrees, you're not doing this or that. It's total nonsense. You want to go through a full range of motion with control while breathing correctly. So much fundamentals I don't see at the gym right now. Everybody's so focused on selfies and narcissistic stuff where you don't see the results from people that you should see that are going to the gym all the time. Also, the gym shouldn't be a place where there's people angry and wanting to fight with people. It's like you're at the gym. You should be enjoying yourself. It's not put all your anger into lifting the heavy weight. But when it comes to sharing and caring, it's not that difficult, When it comes to exercise science and working out, if you want to know what to do and how to do it and the science behind it when it comes to everything, this is the book for you. If you don't have a foundation with the basics, you're wasting your time. The book covers basic nutrition, hydration, sleep, setting realistic goals, how to breathe correctly when you're working out, stretching and flexibility, cardiovascular exercise and its effects on the body, resistance training concepts, myth busters, maybe I'll do a video on that, making sense out of it all, exercise program, exercise variations, how to pick a personal trainer, exercise prescription for older adults, yoga, how and why it's good for lower back pain, how to pick a fitness trainer, so if you really don't know what's going on out there and you're wanting to get in shape at the gym, this is the book I recommend for you. You check it out on Amazon. It's a ton of information that is helpful for somebody that's really trying to get the basic understandings of the exercise science. The gym shouldn't be a place where you have to go and argue with people. It should be something where you could go get fit, get in shape. If you're an athlete, get in shape for your sport, but also to help release some stress and to help your body stay strong and fit. This is the most important thing. So, look at what you do at the gym, how you do it, how you treat yourself, how you treat others. All these things are super important because the gym shouldn't be a place where people go to fight with other people. It shouldn't be a place where you're dealing with a bunch of narcissists. Have good gym etiquette, be respectful of others, and that's just it. All right. Hope this hits home. If you're like, oh man, this is the stuff that I do, you're not a bad person. Just change it. Be a little more aware, more caring. If you realize I said some stuff where you go, man, I don't do any of that at the gym, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Take care. Okay, so end this on a positive note. Let's just talk about what you should be doing at the gym. You should have your workouts written down, or at least know what you're gonna do, have a game plan, right? You should know what sets, reps, and time periods are. If you don't know what I'm talking about, gotta do a little bit of reading. You know, you should focus on your exercise when you're working out. So if I'm sitting there and I'm doing a leg press, I shouldn't be talking to my cousin in Venezuela, talking about how complaining this life is while doing leg press. I should be focused on exhaling as I push the platform away, inhaling as I come down, coming down with good control, no bouncing it, breathing out, pushing it back up, not locking out my legs, not pushing on my legs. I should be focused on the exercise, not talking and complaining about the world on your cell phone, okay? You know, one exercise scientist that I learned a lot from a long time ago, his name was Mel Sif. So somebody goes, oh, what are good exercises for biceps besides bicep concentration curls? Because every exercise should be concentration squats, concentration deadlift, concentration rows. You should be focused and concentrated on the exercise that you're performing at that time. You shouldn't be distracted, because then if you're distracted, most likely you could be doing stuff wrong, and most likely you could be hurting yourself, and you're not pushing yourself. If I'm running, if you think you're running, if you're on the treadmill and you're talking to a friend and having a normal conversation, you're not getting much out of it, just to let you know. So focus on your workouts. When you're doing your set, you can listen to music. Music is a great ergogenic to help motivate you. Use that. You know, you shouldn't be talking to your friend, oh yeah, I went out to the club, this girl was checking out my pecs, and I said, yep, this is why I come to the gym. You know, I do curls to get girls, you know. This is not the time to be chatting. Focus on your exercise. Remember, a set only lasts about 30 seconds. Put everything you can into it. Be focused on your form, on your tempo, which is the speed that you're going, your range of motion, how many reps you did, focusing on your breath. All the stuff should be there. If you're on your phone, it's not there, and you're not getting much out of your workout. Look at your rest periods. If you just did a set and you're like, wow, that was a good set, you're like, oh, let me see what's going on. Oh my God, Trump again, Elon Musk, this, that. It's like, and next thing you know, you're like, okay, let me do my next set. And then the clock moves. It's 10 minutes since you did your last set. You've cooled down. Your muscles have cooled down. Your heart rate has gone down. Most likely, if you're doing something where you need your body to be warm, it's not warm enough to do the exercise anymore, and you can put yourself at a high risk of getting hurt. You know, get to really learn what you're doing and why you're doing it. The thing that I see too a lot is you'll have somebody's boyfriend or guy take his girlfriend into the gym and train her for the first time. First of all, he's not doing anything right. Second of all, it's a girl. You're not doing this. She doesn't need to do a whole workout on chest. You know, she doesn't have pecs. So, you know, there's just so much stuff going on, and so many people are so misguided now. But if you already have an idea and a foundation, go focus on your workout. Put good ass-kicking music where you're motivated. Look at your rest period. If you need to, look at your heart rate monitor, see how many calories you burn. Like, okay, I got 45 seconds to do this. Am I doing a pyramid, and am I doing circuit training? Am I doing 2 body parts today? I'm doing total body. You know, there should be some type of order and organization to that. If somebody's using a piece of equipment you can't use because they're on it, texting and talking, and you have to find something else, try to find something that fits into the workout that doesn't ruin it, because you should be doing the same workout for a certain period of time to get max amount potential and growth out of it, or stamina or speed or strength or endurance strength, whatever it is. If you have to change a variable, put that down in your log and make sure it's an exercise that will help transfer over to the other exercises. If you're doing everything haphazardly, makes no sense. If I do bicep curls as my first exercise and I'm not doing just arms that day, you ruined your whole workout. You know, somebody go, well, how's that? I'm doing chest. Well, that's a little bit different. If you're doing back, you should not be doing biceps first. If you're doing chest, you should not be doing triceps first. I saw one guy hammer his triceps and then get on the bench and put everything he can, thinking everybody's show off, and where did the bar go? Right on him. He couldn't even scream to yell or anything because he couldn't move it. First thing you shouldn't be doing is abs. Your abs protect your back. If you pre-exhaust your abs, you're putting yourself at a high risk of hurting your back. I mean, there's so much stuff that people don't know and aren't doing now, and it's a complete shame. So if you understand what I'm saying, good. If you don't, Start to learn the right way. And the best book I could recommend for anybody is on Amazon. It's not an ebook, it's a regular book. It's called Confessions of a Personal Trainer Fit for Life. All right? This book will give you pretty much everything. It's like the workout Bible. It doesn't show pictures of exercises because you can't show somebody exercise with pictures, but it tells you how and why you do what you do and you should do to help you get the most out of your workouts.
Looking at your phone during exercise could compromise your posture and form during workouts. Plus, it could lower the intensity of your workout. If you talk or text while exercising, that could throw you off balance and make you more likely to fall or hurt yourself. If you're just using your phone for music, experts say you're good to go. Listening to music doesn't affect your stability at all.